Courtenay-Alberni.
Mr. Speaker, in British Columbia, we know we have fibre supply issues that are impacting our mills. And what did the BC NDP Premier David Eby do? He appointed he created a new Minister of State for Fibre Supply. Andrew Mercier got the appointment. And it's an entirely new portfolio. It's first time in the history of British Columbia. And he's already delivered a report on March 31st, Mr. Speaker, to start implementing action to help deal with that. But we talked about full court press in here earlier and the need for it. And I'm not dismissing or disputing that my colleague and friend across the way isn't working hard. He's the Parliamentary Secretary for Export Promotion, International Trade, and Economic Development. That's a lot to carry. But is this government going to take this issue seriously like British Columbia did and actually create a minister responsible to deal with the softwood lumber dispute, or a parliamentary secretary even, just dedicated just to this issue, someone on point, not dealing with anything else? Just like province of British Columbia did, you're in a crisis, you need to have someone just completely, solely dedicated to this. So my question through you, Mr. Speaker, is he going back to the Prime Minister and saying to the Prime Minister, this, that his portfolio is wide, that they need to hone it down and put someone just on this and work with members of Parliament across the aisle, like myself and other MPs that are here tonight, so that we can do a full court press in the United States and work with state governments and the federal government in the U.S.
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Mr. Speaker, thank you, through you to the member opposite, for that very, very important and very valid question, Mr. Speaker. Recently we've launched our Team Canada U.S. engagement strategy, where we're doing just that. We're leading Team Canada's effort to engaging with our counterparts in the U.S., whether that's through industry groups, whether that's on the government side. We want to make sure that we involve everyone in this House, because it's a Team Canada approach. We represent Canadians at the end of the day. And, speaking about BC and innovation, they are really doing game-changing things out in BC, and we're seeing that on the economic development side. When the minister takes trade missions to the Indo-Pacific region, recently in Japan, she was joined by Bruce St. John's, the president of Canada Wood, Gamo Sengera of Sand Industries, and Rob Go of Mosaic Forest Management to talk about, some of their innovative Canadian products. Because, Mr. Speaker, while we want to make sure we continue to advocate for results from this softwood lumber dispute, we also want to be there to make sure that we're opening new markets. And so we now have over a dozen free trade agreements. We now have that opens up 51 different countries, 1.5 billion consumers for our lumber, our innovative products here in Canada. And the minister will continue doing that, working alongside all of our colleagues in this House.
Questions and comments.